Okay, so let's look at the next one. Here we're talking about a slow, steady rainstorm that lasted all day. The rain was falling at a constant rate. So the information you're given here is that the rainstorm lasted 24 hours, and in that 24 hours, 9.6 centimeters of rain fell during the storm. That's really all the information that you need for this. So it says to write an equation that relates how much rain has fallen in centimeters and how long it has been raining in hours. Okay, so notice the hint I gave you. It says make a table. Use letters R for the amount of rain and T for time. So let's go ahead and make that table. Okay, we need to first decide, am I going to let X be the amount of rain or am I going to let Y be the amount of rain? So remember, in our table, it's always X, Y. X goes first and then Y. So let's say for this first one, I'll let R be Y. So the amount of rain will be Y, and T for time, I'll let be X. Okay, so the amount of rain that fell was 9.6 centimeters. So that's our R for rain, right? Amount of rain. And T stands for time, and we know it was 24 hours. Okay, so I can now use that. Remember, our base equation is Y equals KX, okay? But instead of Y, I used R. So R equals, and instead of X, I used T. Now to find K, remember K is second divided by first, or Y divided by X. So in this case, it would be 9.6 divided by 24. So I'm going to get my calculator. Remember, you're allowed to use calculators here. Okay. So 9.6 divided by 24, and I get 0.4. So I put that in place of K. So R equals 0.4 T. Okay, that's one way that we can write the equation. All right, we can do it another way. So in that problem, what I did was I let R be Y and T be X, but we can do that backwards. There's nothing saying that we can't let R be X and T be Y. Okay, there's nothing that says we can't do that. So if I do it this way, T for time would be the 24 hours, and R, the amount of rain, is 9.6. Still do Y equals KX, but this time Y is T and X is R. And when I go to find K, again, second divided by first, or Y divided by X, 24 divided by 9.4. So that flipped from the last time, okay? So now, pull out my calculator. 24 divided by 9.4. Something's not right. 24 divided by 9.6. Sorry, I used the wrong numbers. 2.5. So let me change that 4 to a 6. And so I did get 2.5. So I replaced K with 2.5. So we have two different equations here that we could have used. If I did the first one, then it would have been R equals 0.4 T. If I made my chart like the second one, then it would have been T equals 2.5 R. Both equations are correct because you got to choose what letter you wanted R to be and what letter you wanted T to be, right? So it doesn't really matter which one of these equations you use. It's either one. All right. And now for the second part, it says how long will it take for 5 centimeters of rain to fall? So we're trying to figure out how long 5 centimeters is going to take. So we know that we've got the equation now, right? 5 centimeters is the amount of rain, the R, right? So looking at the two equations I've got, I can use the first one, which was R equals 0.4 T. 5 centimeters is the amount, which would be R, right? So for my equation, I'm going to change R to 5 because I want to know what T would have to be in order for R to be 5. So when I do that, notice now I have just a simple one-step equation. I want to get T by itself. T is not by itself, it's being multiplied by 0.4. To get rid of a multiply, we divide. Remember, what you do to one side, you do to the other. So I've got 5 divided by 0.4, and I get 12.5. So notice it says T equals 12.5, so that means it would be 12.5 hours, right? But let's say you didn't use that first equation. Let's say your equation you used was the T equals 2.5 R. We can do the same thing with that one, okay? So T equals 2.5 R. 5 centimeters is still R, so we still plug 5 in for R. T stays the same because we don't know what T is. We're looking for T. 2.5 times R, which is 5. So now I've got 2.5 times 5, and I still get 12.5. So no matter which equation you use, you're going to get 12.5 hours regardless, okay?